Hey, good morning, Patrick.
Morning. Morning, Stanley.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to coach you. And as agreed, I'd like to ask you for permission to be able to share this recording online for educational purpose to bring more awareness to coaching.
Sure, certainly.
Thank you. Thank you for the permission, Patrick. So during the coaching session, I'll be looking down to take some notes. Rest assured that even though I'm looking down, I'm still fully present listening to you. At the end of the session, I will destroy all those notes.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, and what happens is, I think what we want to do is we want to take a few deep breaths first, center ourselves, and let me know once you're ready.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm ready.
Thanks, Patrick. So what would you like to bring to the table today?
Okay, today I would like to talk about this affluent financial game that I've developed in 2019. So this background picture is the box of that game. So So now it's 2024. So it has been about 5 years since I start launching, to come up with prototypes for friends to try, and then eventually set in early 2020. But as we know at that time, COVID happened. In fact, it came, I think, 2 months or 1 month plus after I received the goods. So I couldn't really do much because this is a physical card game. So as a physical card game, player need to gather to play the game. And so at that time, it is not possible. And I've actually made a couple of attempts to bring it online to play digital. In fact, one of my someone I knew created a digital version, but there is a lot of loophole and there's a lot of uh, issue with that digital version. So when I asked him to, probably he need to help me to do some amendment about it, he didn't want to. So that one just died off. So now I'm just focusing on the physical version. So now as now we are able to gather again. So I'm trying to bring this game out again. And and over the past 1 year, I actually tried it with a few different group of people, students from a local poly, student from an Australian university who has a campus in Singapore, and some migrant worker, Filipino migrant workers, and some other business associate. So now I wanted to explore way to bring this game further, because some of the popular game that we know, financial game that we know these days, such as Monopoly, such as Cash Flow, they're all foreign game. So this one is a local developed game. But of course, there are also other Singaporean developed local financial game. The concept is very Singapore oriented. So I'm not going that way. I want to make it in a way that it's not only playable in Singapore, but it can be played in Malaysia, it can be played all over the world. Because the financial, it's basically on some financial concept, on investment concept, and the awareness of accumulating and preserving wealth. So I'd like to use this session to explore ways to expand the game, to introduce the game more effectively, so that more people are aware of the game and would like to play that and make and feel that they are useful. In fact, those who have played the game find the game to be very interesting. And they enjoy the game. And even there are times when after we play the game, the player have actually requested to play a second round, because it's fast paced and the game can finish within an hour. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing, Patrick. So may I have your permission to reflect back what I hear?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, one, you develop a game called the Affluent Financial Game in 2019, which is a physical card game. Two, because during COVID, it's not possible to meet up, therefore it's difficult to get more people to play the game. Three, you tried creating a digital version, but it didn't work out because the developer didn't address other issues. Four, you have, now that we can gather again, you have started to get polys, unis, business associates, as well as migrant workers to play it. Five, you want to explore ways to be able to get more people to be aware and play this game. And you also mentioned that you don't want it to only be playable in SG, but also across other countries. How does that sound?
Yes, it sounds exactly what I said.
Okay, so for in the time we have together today, what would you like to focus on that is important to you?
I would like to focus on ways to create more awareness and introducing this game to more corporation or schools as part of financial literacy.
Okay. And how would you know you achieve an outcome at the end of this session?
Sorry. I think with some more concrete ideas, on how this can be done more effectively.
And when you say more effectively, what do you mean by more?
I think what I'm saying is for those who have not try it, would really have that desire to give it at least an hour for playtime for it and see the potential in it. And also for those who have played the game before would see the value in it to rather like and for those who have seen it who have played it will see the value in the game and share my this passion and interest to promote this financial literacy among probably the younger generation and any adults who would like to learn more about it. Because in my 15 years of practice, financial advisory practice, I realized that there are certain financial principle concept that have been misunderstood, or rather not applied in the most effective way. So by playing this game, I hope the message can come across that can help them to make better financial decisions down the road. Because in a game, if you make some wrong move, it's okay because it's just a game. So, but from that lesson learned in the game, they can apply it in real life. Which these are some of the feedback that I got from past players who have tried the game.
Patrick, I'd like to acknowledge you for creating and developing a game that can help people make better financial decisions in real life. Thank you for that. So when you say you want to find ways to create more awareness, what do you mean by more? What is awareness?
Okay, currently, okay, what I've been doing the past few years is I spoke and shared about this game with within my network. I've also shared with friends, big network as in business network. So I share with friends as well. And then some other trainers. So so far the result have been mixed. So probably out of every 10 I spoke to, probably 6 will play the game, will try it out. Then the rest may find interesting, but usually due to their busy schedule, they are not able to hold a session because in order to play the game, to really feel the value of the game is to have at least 5 to 6 players. Through my experience, 5 to 6 players is the optimum. 2 or 3 you can play, but the learning aspect and the entertainment aspect of the game cannot be felt. So 5 or 6. So gathering 5 to 6 players sometimes is not as easy as I thought so. Therefore, so more effective way is as in, was it because my approach has not been right, very right in the sense that I approach individual. Maybe I should really focus more on talking to a group instead. Maybe a particular, like for example, certain association to might be a better way of more effective way to for people to or rather for me to a more effective way for me to showcase this affluent game to the people. But now mainly my target is, or so far, the people I spoke to are mainly individuals. Then it was okay. I try to find friends and then we play together. So like now as I said this, I remember like as I mentioned earlier, I play with a group of poly. In fact, I play with 2, 3 group of poly students, a uni student, migrant worker. I realized that now I think back, actually realized because I spoke to someone from the group, from the cohort, the lecture, of which then I got the opportunity to play the game with them. Yeah. So maybe more effective way is how can I approach maybe organization, association for this purpose, for introducing the game and let them experience what the game can do for them.
What has to happen for you to know this, how to approach?
What must happen? Okay, can you phrase the question again?
You mentioned you want to know how you can approach this group of people.
Hmm.
So what has to happen for you to be able to know how?
Uh, maybe I don't know, maybe get done up a prepared script so that when I meet these people, when I meet these people in charge, I can share with them much easier on the benefit and how it is different from those that are already available. The key advantage such as short play time, fast pace, things that some games, financial card game or board game do not have. Because some game they play many hours, so mine within an hour can you can finish the game and experience the simulated live event. So maybe a prepared script would be good. And I think maybe I should also change my approach. Instead of telling an individual that would you like to try this game? Or maybe I should say, is there a group or an association that you know that who are interested in financial literacy and who might benefit from having an hour of financial literacy game.
How do you feel now that you have
Yeah.
crafted that statement?
Yeah, I think so far I can think of these two.
And where can you find these groups of people? One moment, let me check the mic. Testing, testing. Can you hear?
I can't hear you.
Can hear me? You check your volume, your audio.
It's
Can
very
hear?
soft.
Very soft. Let me on louder.
Okay, now okay.
Better?
Better.
Yeah. So where do you think you can find this group of people?
People who may introduce me to association or groups.
Yes.
I think I can find them maybe within my current business network. I believe that there will be people who have this contact. I can also ask from friends or players who have played the game before, because they play the game, they know what it can bring, and maybe share with them the idea I have and get them to lead me the way to speak to the right person.
And when you say right person, what do you mean by right?
Okay, right person means like for example, okay, like for example, when I got the chance to play the game with in the university with this particular club, it's because through someone, a coursemate who is an adjunct lecturer of that university, invited me to attend that university event. So from there, I get to know the club president, and then I share with the that club actually focus a lot on finance part of activity like talks, event, and things like. So I share with them. I share with the president then about my game. So she found it very interesting and invited me there. But when I went there, they already changed president, a different president took over. But I still managed to have the game session there. So I think the right people are those who can make the invitation or share with me or share the passion of financial literacy and have the influence to make a group that such a game session happen. So I always told them that you don't really need to have a lot of people. Five to six will be good. If there are more people, say if there are 10, 12, there's still ways to play the game, which I played it before. Because if you play in such card game or board game, you usually play as an individual player. So my game, I have actually tried out several times where players, if let's say you have 10 players, which I've tried 8 players to play this game is a bit too many. The effect of the game worn off. So when I have 10 players, I break the, or rather I group them into a group of 2. So there are 5 groups playing the game. So it causes a different kind of dynamic while playing, because player, you will see that there will be a lot of interaction among themselves to decide whether to make this financial move or the other move to buy asset or to sell asset and things like that. So yeah, so these are, so by speaking to the right person, I therefore will be able to share with them all these and let them have to organize a game session.
Okay. Actually, I'd like to check in with you. How are we moving in this conversation towards having more concrete ideas on how you can do this more effectively?
Okay, I from this conversation so far, I realized one approach that I probably would deploy more often is to ask around whether the people that I know, do they know anyone who are in a group, who is in a group that, or an association that has this interest in financial literacy, who believe or think that it is a good way to learn about boring financial stuff through playing game. And then with that, to introduce me to the group and therefore have a session. I think this is probably a more effective way rather than speaking to the individual, then hoping that we can gather 5 people to play. Because if we go through an association, like my example that I shared earlier, we go through like university and other organizations, there are finding people to play and venue to play is no longer an issue. So that will actually make that will actually open more doors to having more game session. Yeah.
Besides this, what other ways can you think of?
The other way that I think of and have been thinking about it all this while is to how to make the game ever more relevant to the player who play, that can relate playing the game to the real world, and how to make the game more fun and exciting at the same time. And how I'm really serious about that is how that when they play the game, they can actually really feel the pain of loss. Because it is always better to feel the pain of probably financial losses, financial mistake in the game than in the real world. So one way is to make it more exciting. So the people who have played the game before, when they play this game again, they will like that it's actually a total different experience. And I can also then demonstrate to them how actually they can probably through more demonstration, how this game can, it's more than just a game, it's actually some learning experience. So so one of my, or rather my latest development that I have for this game is I'm actually in the process of printing notes. Like if you play Monopoly, you have notes. So this game now as it is has no notes, it only has token coin. So one of the things that I'm adding on is currency notes, so that when players play in the game, when they do investment, when they get themselves some other financial plan or trying to achieve their financial dreams, they will have to pay in affluent dollars and no longer about points and things like that. So it will make it more interesting and more realistic. And I think other than speaking to the finding the right people who can open a game session for me, I can probably also do more demonstration and share with them how now the game, how is it different now, and how it is actually making it more relevant to them, that spending this 1 hour is worthwhile. There's no complicated thing to follow. You don't have to play 3-4 hours. It's just 1 hour to play the game, maybe another 15-30 minutes of discussion. Then I think it will be useful to them.
How would making the game more relevant, more fun, more
Sorry, I
exciting?
can't hear you again.
Yeah. 1 moment. How can you hear me?
Cannot hear.
Here, 1 moment. Testing. Can you hear me?
Okay, now can.
So how would making the game more relevant, more fun, and more exciting help to create more awareness?
Oh, I think it will create more awareness in the way of what we call testimonial. I mean, for example, let's say if you are to try the game and you play and then you find out what is relevant, I know that, oh, yeah, these things about investment and how how a certain scenario will affect my investment, then what are some decisions I can make in the game, and how exciting when we can have the best plan in our mind, the next step that we want to take, but things may happen caused by the card itself or caused by the action of other player that actually derail your plan completely. And therefore, you have to make some very crucial decision, or with so many options that you have, that you decision that you can make, which is the best one that you can make based on the information you have at that point of time. So all this, I'm hoping that it will make it more exciting, more relevant, and it will not just be a game itself, but it will be something, a learning experience, and also a kind of because I ever have player who reflect to me that they actually experienced something similar before, and and um, they can understand what the game is trying to express. So with all these testimonial, then maybe they can write me testimonial, which I can then put it on my social media, or the people can actually help me to share with their context. Like for example, if let's say you yourself, after you play the game, you find, oh, actually this is very good for a certain association who's actually looking for something similar, maybe I can then go there and demonstrate. So with that, I hope to create more awareness and more what do you call that, to actually fully utilize what I think this game can achieve for the people who play the game.
So beside these two ways, one is to talk to groups of right people. Second is to increase the game to be more relevant, more fun and exciting. What other ways can you think of to increase this awareness?
Mm, maybe taking part in some event about financial matter, or participate in game event, because in Singapore, every now and then they will have, I think 1 year probably there are 2 or 3 such game trade show. Maybe this one, or I can also be share more about the game on social media. Another way maybe is to probably just talk more about it more often in social gathering or in business networking and things like that.
What kind of resources or support do you need to take these actions? Very kind.
No, support.
Yeah. What kind of
Uh,
resources or support?
sorry.
Sorry, I think you freeze up. So what kind of resources or support do you need to take these actions?
Okay, I think support basically of course if there are financial support, it will be good. There's a lot of things that the game can do, but currently can't do much or can't do as much because of the financial constraint. And then when it comes to, let's say, individual or people, uh, um, uh, uh, people resources, then I think most helpful will be those who share similar passion about financial literacy, who have played the game and find to be useful uh, to help me spread the words of the game or of affluent game. Because doing it on my own is there are a lot of constraints. So let's say support from friends, from players, from people who have similar passion in financial literacy. Yeah, I think those support will be useful.
Earlier you mentioned financial constraint. Earlier you mentioned financial constraint. If financial constraint is no longer a concern, what will you do differently?
Or if it's no longer a concern, then I will revamp the whole box design, the whole card design. Because card is, and that's why I ever thought of making it digital, because if it's digital, then I don't have to, I think make changes will be much easier. But once it's a printed box and printed card like that, then if there's changes that I have in mind, I can't do a lot. So this game, now if let's say if you play my game now in 2024, and if you have played the game in 2019, you'll find that actually there are quite several things that has changed. Because over the years, I realized that certain thing doesn't work as well for player. The message didn't get across, or it is not relevant. So I discard those cards. And then during those days, I also realized that during these days, I also realized over the years, I realized that there are certain parts that are more relevant, that can add more value in both the entertainment and the educational part. So I added these cards. So I get other designer to help me to design this card, and then I put it into the into the um, into the set itself. So if let's say if it's not a constraint anymore, financial is not a constraint anymore, then what I will do is I will do up a simplified digital version. A simplified digital version, I will make it fun and learning value. And then for those who wanted to try the full version, then they can try the revamped affluent card game. So the box I will change, the design of the card I will change. I will probably also I probably will still not go for the board because I want to keep it still rather compact and finish it in an hour. Maybe I will add some other element inside. Maybe fate or not fate. I mean, so game kind, the kind of like gold bar or those kind of thing. I'll add it in because I think that will make the game more realistic, even more realistic. So it will be different. So basically, is I will implement more of what I have in mind now into the physical card game itself, creating a simplified version of a simplified digital version. And maybe some other, like last time when I count how we choose a certain scenario, we go through a predictable mode. So now through an advice of a friend, I think a year, 2 years ago, I changed it to make it more.
Patrick, I think your internet is freezing up.
So I will also make even more relevant changes to that area as well.
Okay. Is there anything that can hinder you from taking the actions that you mentioned you want to take?
Oh, the key is still financial. That's the key, yeah. Because I think I have the idea. If finance no reason, I have the idea. I also have friends and also some of my financial mentor who can also help me to verify my ideas and then give suggestion. And I also can find tech people to do I don't know, a simplified version of the game using maybe app or desktop, that kind of thing. And so all this not a big issue. So the issue come back to financial resources.
So what are some actions you can take immediately after this conversation?
Okay, action that I can take immediately include change the way I about showing or rather discussing my game with friends or business contact. Instead of asking them, instead of telling them I have a game, would you like to try? I will ask, I have this game, what can you do? So what are the new feature? Do you know of any people whose company, organization, association who may benefit from this game? Maybe I'll do that instead of telling, you want to play the game? Let's find 5 people and find a venue. So I think I will change that. And then that also then second thing I will do is I just mentioned to you printing the dollar note, which I'm going to get it tomorrow. So I think I'm actually in the process of how to bring all this dollar note into the original game. So I think now is I can intensify my thoughts a bit to integrate the dollar note into the game more seamlessly. And then actually I've already sound out to some people to play this revised version, because I need some feedback to see whether the idea I have in mind, is it workable? Although I think it should be workable, but I'd like to try out with some people. Some friends, especially those who know about the game since 2019. And yeah, these are 2 things I will do. Then yeah, probably these are the 2 things I will do for the time that I will do immediately. Then maybe down the road I'll probably have some other ideas that may come up.
Who can keep you accountable?
Sorry?
Who can keep you accountable for these actions?
Well, who can keep me accountable? So far, only I can keep myself accountable. Actually, I hope that someone can help me with that, but so far there isn't.
We are coming to a close, Patrick. Is there anything else you want to say about this topic before we close the session?
Okay, I think the session has been good. It helped me to clarify my thought better, and also made me realize that I might have been speaking using the wrong script when I was sharing about the game and what it can do. So I'm going to change the script, and I think yeah, this has been a very helpful session. I don't have anything else to add on.
Thank you so much for your time, Patrick. So apologize, I think my here upstairs having some renovation. Yeah. So
Oh,
so thank you so much. I wish you all the best in implementing the actions, and I hope to hear from you soon, your success. But this now be a good time to close the session.
yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Thanks.
Thank